Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down what it really takes to build an AI agent you can actually trust. We'll look at the huge difference between an AI that's like a helpful assistant sitting next to you at your desk and one that runs a massive automated factory in the background. Getting this right is everything.
So, this is the big question, right? We've all seen tons of clever AI demos that look amazing. But what's the secret sauce for building an agent you'd actually trust with your most important work? Well, the answer isn't just about getting a smarter AI model. It's about building a smarter system around that model. Let's take a look at the blueprint.
Okay, first things first. Before we can talk about building one, we really need to agree on what we're actually trying to build. And let me tell you, a true AI agent is so much more than just a clever prompt.
What we're talking about here is a complete, manageable system. The keywords on this slide are absolutely crucial: stability and verifiable results. See, chatbots are great at giving you a plausible-sounding answer, but a professional tool, that's different. It's like a calculator. You need it to give you the right answer every single time, without fail. That's the standard we're aiming for.
So, what does a system like that actually look like under the hood? What are the essential pieces that make an agent tough and reliable? Let's break down the whole architecture.
All right, now this is the real blueprint for a reliable agent. And what's so interesting is that the intelligence, the actual AI model, is just one of 6 equally important parts. So think about it like this. A task comes in from a person through the interaction layer. The orchestration engine acts like a project manager, figuring out all the steps. It grabs info from memory, it checks the company rulebook under policy, and then, and this is key, it runs the actual work in a secure, sandboxed runtime environment. It's this whole system of checks and balances that turns a creative but kind of unpredictable AI into a worker you can count on.
And this quote just nails it. A powerful AI model gives an agent its potential, its raw ability, but it's all the other stuff, the security, the workflow engine, the rules, that makes it trustworthy. In a professional setting, you just can't have one without the other.
Okay, so we've got the theory. Now let's see how this architecture actually comes to life in the tools we use every single day. We're going to start with what we call the Workbench, where the AI acts like a partner, with a human always in the loop.
This is the perfect setup for those short, back-and-forth tasks. The agent can see your local files, it understands the context of what you're doing, and you are sitting right there to review, approve, or, reject its suggestions. It's a really powerful collaboration.
For developers, this is an absolute game changer. Imagine an agent that not only finds a bug, but actually writes the patch, runs the tests to make sure the fix works, and then just presents it to you for a final one-click approval. It's like having the ultimate pair programmer for all those tedious but super critical tasks.
And hey, this isn't just for coders. It's the exact same idea for creative and analytical work. An agent could scan your 30-page report and instantly flag a spot where your argument on page 20 contradicts something you said back on page 5. Or it could find every single claim you've made that isn't backed up with a citation. It makes your work better without taking over.
For data analysts, maybe working in a Jupyter notebook, an agent can be a lifesaver. It can scan a dataset you just imported, find all the messy parts like inconsistent date formats, and suggest fixes that you can just approve. It seriously speeds up the path from raw, messy data to a clear insight you can actually use. And it's not just for text and code. Even in the visual world, a designer could have an agent check a whole marketing campaign against the company's brand guidelines, automatically flagging any wrong fonts or logos. This enforces all those standards, which frees up the designer to do what they do best: be creative.
But here's the thing. The Workbench isn't the right place for every single job. For some tasks, you need to move from a hands-on workshop to a full-scale automated factory. Think about tasks that need to run 24/7, completely in the background, or jobs that handle really sensitive customer data. Your local machine, well, it just isn't built for that kind of heavy lifting. This is where we need a headless agent, one that runs on a dedicated, secure server with no direct human interface.
This slide really lays out the critical difference. The IDE Workbench is all about that interactive, human-in-the-loop collaboration. The back-end factory is for autonomous, heavy-duty processing. You wouldn't try to process 1 million financial records on your laptop, right? It's all about using the right environment for the job. So how do we put this all together? Well, the key isn't choosing one over the other. It's about understanding how they fit together to build AI solutions that are truly effective and, most importantly, reliable.
And that's really the ultimate goal here. You want a unified system that uses the interactive, context-aware Workbench for things like development and creative work while relying on the powerful, secure back-end factory for those autonomous, mission-critical jobs. You get the best of both worlds: speed and safety.
So it all comes down to this. Building a great AI agent isn't just about picking the flashiest, smartest model. It's about making the right architectural choice, deciding if your task needs a collaborative workbench or an industrial-strength factory. That single decision is the foundation for everything that follows.
And that's what we want to leave you with. You now have the framework for building reliable AI. You know about the 6 essential layers and the 2 key environments they live in: the collaborative workbench and the autonomous factory. So take a look at your own workflow. What's that one tedious, time-consuming, or just critical task that's just waiting for its own AI teammate?